Okay. You guys can go ahead and go back under tents, but I'm going to talk at you for just a minute. Yes, you can go under the tents. Okay, tent people, I need you to pay attention for just a second. Tent people. Tent people. We're going to review the schedule today. The Group A is most of our 15 to 18 boys. You are racing an international omnium, meaning all of your races, their points are going to be cumulative with the race adding to that total. The international omnium, it is 3 laps, then a bell, and then the points go 1 for the first rider only. I think that means there's 9 total points in that race. So that is an IO. All other fields are racing their national omnium. So it's either 4 or 3 races. How this scoring works, if you win, you get a point. If you get second, you get 2 points. If you get third, you get 3 points. Your goal is to get as least amount of points as possible. That's how we're going to do the overall omniums for our regional and such for the medals. So off of your 3 or 4 races, whoever does best is going to then be on the podium. Does that make sense? The schedules are posted right over here. So it's going to go, our A's and our B's both have 4 races each, and then their C's and D's have 3 races, and we're all going to have a wonderful time. Are we ready? Okay, I think it means A group is up first. Ready, set, go. Clark, ooh, this is a hot mic. Why is Corey so loud? Clark, I think you're going to go with the C group, I think is what the new posted there. Thank you. All right. Hopefully you heard Tim. So once again, check the start list. They might have changed slightly since you looked last. We have 11 riders in this group. We range from our Cat 1-2s to our 3s to our 4s, but this is most of our 15 to 18-year-olds. They're starting with a 15-lap scratch race. This is part of an international omnium, so they will have 4 races, ending with a points race, and that points race will add points onto their total that they accumulate by placing in these first 3 races. I will do my best to try to keep you apprised. And they are racing And we have JC saying, let's go. There we go. Like I said, a slightly smaller field. Our women's field, once again, is going to be our biggest field today. Interesting strategy here by some of our riders. Keegan says, let's keep this fast. And yes, you get Amara Edwards, the lesser of the announcer skills today, as Corey wasn't feeling great. So I'm going to see how many things I can do at once by adding announcing on top of my list. So if you have questions or feedback, you can yell at me. We have this group of 6 off the front, and Merrick, I think, just doing his warm-up at the moment. Looking to slowly catch back up. Welcome to Amara's commentary. A lot of these riders, we have been out here since 10:30 or 11 a.m. and they have not left, and they ate pizza about 2 hours ago, so they are feeling great. We got Keegan saying, I really want to keep this going. Once again, check the start list. They are down by the water. Our women are next. That is a very large group, so make sure you are all ready. Looks like we have Gavin and Keegan saying, let's go. Why are we waiting? They're going to work together here. This is a mixed age group. We have a bunch of 15, 16-year-olds and 17, 18-year-olds, so you're going to see a noticeable difference in their gearing. The younger kids are going to be spinning quite a bit more than the older kids. All right, Gavin pulled up, leaving Keegan by himself. This group is working together here. And Keegan also pulls up. We're back in one main group here. Looking at people in the stands. Tammy, how's the volume? Are we okay? All right. Just making sure. All right, looks like Merrick is doing his last couple laps of warm-up here. There we go. And everyone's going to be responding, saying, we want to get on this train. There we go. Quickly, people respond. Once again, our women's field is next. There is, I think, nearly 20 of you, so it is a big field, so make sure you are ready to go. All right, Ryder's still driving the pace here. There's some interesting dynamics here with the smaller field. No one really wants to do the work. Everyone marking known strong riders, which makes it a little different how this plays out. But this is good practice because stuff like this happens at nationals as well, when you get odd-sized fields and you have to adapt. So we have Ryder Carlson still on the front. Merrick trying to wake up his legs still. Gavin looking at people. Gavin obviously not going to chase his teammate. Ryder, you have a gap. All right, we got a nice line now. They just saw 4 to go. That is 1 mile on our track. Like I said, make sure our next field is ready. And a friendly reminder, when we are racing, we do not cross the track. So please stay to one side or the other. People on the infield, you have a bathroom and water and shade. You have all of your necessities. All right, once again, it looks like Ryder's sneaking off the front. Keegan responding. There's kind of the race within the race with the 15, 16-year-olds trying to chase each other down. All right, those two riders are still off the front. Ryder and Keegan coming around, seeing 2 to go. Seeing 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. These two are working together. Gavin says, let's go. Kai is responding. That is Alex, David, Tim, Merrick's towing up JC. Gavin's coming with a huge turn of speed at the front. He's just going to go straight over the top, take a big old 2-lap flyer here. Keegan and Ryder trying to respond. This is now a little group of 3 with 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. There we go. Kai's kind of in no man's land here. Still valuable. Then we have Merrick, JC coming, and everybody else. But this group of 3 in the front is what we're looking at right now. We have Ryder and Keegan sprinting head-to-head. Gavin trying to come around the outside. That was a big move he just made there at the end. Let's see who's going to win the sprint finish. 3 wide. Put your hands together. Let's see this. First race of the International Omnium. We got Gavin coming up and over the top. Keegan, Ryder. Looks like this is going to be Kai and then Merrick. And JC is best scratch race finish of the year. His mom gave me permission to heckle him. All right, we got a few more riders finishing. Yep, we got 1 more rider on track. There we go. Great job, Finn. All right, we're asking our women's field to the line. Alrighty. Like I said, we're messing with audio stuff. Sorry, live stream audience. We got our group of 18 women. This is the same race, a 15-lap scratch race. And like I just mentioned, we have a wide variety of ages, which means we have a lot of different gears out here, as well as categories. We have some Cat 1-2s and we have some Cat 4s in this group. And we're going to watch them navigate this beautifully. All right. And as expected, Rue says, let's go a little faster. So things are starting to spread out here. Our riders are trying to respond to make sure they don't miss this train. Like I said, we do have a wide variety of ages in this group. So while they might be marking specific people, they're just racing their bikes. And how awesome that they get to race in this big of a field. It's pretty awesome. And they're keeping this thing nice and fast. Rue back on the front, trying to keep the pace nice and quick. There we go. These riders in the back are going to try to work together to get back to that group. So Sophia and Maya, you can work together to try to get back to the group. Like I said, this is a scratch race. Our junior Cs are going to be next. That's our 13 to 15-year-olds. So make sure our group C is ready. We got Sarah Lynch at the front right now. This is a really solid group right here. Like I said, this is probably one of the only chances they get to race of juniors only in a women's field this big, which is pretty special. We are happy to do this. Rue's pushing the pace once again. They're looking very quick this year. Our riders off the back. Yeah, ride nice and high, like almost to the rail. Let them pass and get back on the back. There we go. Tendo's keeping the pace. Stringing this thing out. We've got Charlie responding with Stella, Grace, Lou, Helena, Charlotte, and Julia chasing. This is where my skill as a teacher comes into play. 65 names. Nailed it. We got them all. All right, the field chased them down. Everyone's going to sit for just a second. That was a good chase. The people just dangle off the back. They just are seeing that hesitation and going, you can make it. You can do it. There we go. Work together. We got that group up above the blue, kind of looking at each other. We got this group of 3 right here. This is some of our younger riders. They're working together. And they're just going to be mindful when they see them coming. They're going to ride nice and high. You probably have another lap. There we go. All right, that group of 3 heads up, please. That group of 3 heads up. Luna, go and ride it nice and high. Luna, bring it all the way up to the rail. Thank you. Tendo spicing it up this first time here. It is once again Tendo and Rue at the front with Charlie chasing. They're saying 6 to go, 6 to go. All right, we got some more people jumping in this chase here. That's Stella from Portland, and we have Grace from Burnaby, and then Lou from the San Jose area. It is so awesome to see all these different areas come together in a nice competitive field here. All right, they're coming around, seeing 5 to go, 5 to go. Rue with a slight gap, looking around. All right, we got a group here. Sarah and Renner are going to try to go right over the top of this. Sarah and Renner are still on the lead lap. Okay, we have Rue and Madalena. I believe Madalena's down a lap, though, so they cannot work. Rue, I think you're solo in this move here. All right, this group looking at each other. Uh-oh. Did Rue just flat? Oh, Daniel, Rue flatted. Where's Daniel? Quick change. Anyone? Anyone? Rue flatted. Within the last... Okay, they had 5 to go. I think you have 2.5 laps. Oh, the group might be really nice. They are not going anywhere. You got about, I think it's 2.5 laps, 3 laps. Zach, how many laps? They had 5 to go. Oh, she's done. Okay, so they would need to get in a half lap to finish this race on the same lap. All right, so you have to re-enter in the last kilometer. So at this point, Rue is down laps. Scored last in the field. Okay, Rue will be scored last in the field because they couldn't enter back into the field within the last kilometer. Got it. So you have 3 laps to go back in, but you need to go back in within the last kilometer. So the amount of laps left on the scoreboard, the math didn't math. So Rue is now being scored as last in the field. They cannot go back into the field. So Rue's going to have a very challenging set of 3 races here to try to come out on top. That's a bummer. Bike stuff. All right, this group, though, without the driving horse, they're coming into the last lap here. 1 to go all together. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. All right, they got to look before they move. We got a few people a little tight there. That is Grace leading it out. Tendo right on her wheel. Lou right there, and Charlotte. So we got 4 riders. Tegan's right in there as well. All right, this is Grace leading out. Tendo coming up on her hip. Lou also right in the mix. Let's put our hands together. This is a nice finish for our women's field. Tendo going all the way to the line. Lou right there. Then we have Grace, Charlotte, Tegan. It looks like Julia battling Stella, Helena, Charlie, Madalena, Sarah. Rue's on that's Renna. You guys look the same with the helmets. Luna, Hazel, Lola. Everyone is finishing this lap. A bummer about a mechanical. Rue, are you all right? Okay, great. Never fun to have a mechanical. You held it up. That is a great point. All right, little crossing here. Our Group C are mostly our 13 to 15-year-olds are coming on up. All right, this is our Junior C group. I assume someone counted them on the line and we had everyone we needed to. $13. All right. All right. And now that we have our fancy new mixture, we can play real music. And because this is juniors, of course, I'm going to play some random Disney remixes. You are welcome, fans, for this joy of Disney EDM remixes. All right, this Junior C group is racing. They are doing a very short scratch race. This is their short scratch race. Wow, it got really windy. Make sure those tents don't blow away, please. All right, this is our short scratch for this group at Nationals. The goal is that we are trying to replicate their Nationals races, and they have a very short scratch race at Nationals. So we are replicating that for them. That's why we see them go really fast the whole entire time. So yes, the whole goal of this event is to get juniors from all around to come race together as essentially a mini Nationals. All right, that's Ollie going straight to the front. Look at this leg speed in this group. This is our younger group. They are gear restricted even more. I believe that is Ollie and Matthew, with Maxim trying to close the gap, and Owen right on Maxim, and then Arden right in tow. So coming around, they're seeing 2 to go. Oh, bikes are falling. Got a little windy. All right, 2 to go, and this is lined out. Heads up. Make sure your head is up. Keep going, you two. Keep going, Thomas and Sparsh. All right, this group's bunching up just a little bit. These juniors are all very familiar with each other. They ride very close together. All right, Clark's leading this one out. I believe that's Maxim right on the hip, and it's 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. We're going to see people look before they move. Look before you move. Try nice straight lines. All right, we have Maxim at the front, but Ollie's making a move over the top. Cody's trying to respond. That's Matthew right there as well. They're going to be riding straight lines. All right, here comes the sprint finish. This is going to be really tight. Ollie's in the front. Cody's coming around the outside. They need to ride a nice straight lines all the way to the finish. It's going to be Cody, Oliver, Matthew, Owen, Rocco, Noah, and then a mix. I can't count all of them at the same time. That's a lot of them. That was a good finish. We have at least a couple more finishing here. Looks like Thomas exited. We have Sparsh finishing up. Oh, you all try to finish, exit the track. We tried. Looks like it was not possible. Looks like we have a few stragglers still on track. Great racing, Sparsh. Looks like we have a couple still on track, and then we're going to ask our Junior D group to come up here in just a second. All right, D group to the rail. For our officials, 603 I don't think is here. Neve, 603 I do not think is in this group. I don't think they're here. Yeah, 603 is missing. Zach is not here, correct? All right, this group is rolling out. They need to be together to get the start. There we go. Make sure we are together so people in the front don't go too fast. People in the back, heads up, and don't go into the back of people, please. It's like a group effort. There we go. Looks like we're all together. Gavin, you can go a little faster in the front so we're not running into people. Heads up. Monitor your speed. Gavin, go a little faster in the front, please. I just feel Disney is the right call for this group. I really do. I think it is. All right. They're going to be starting, and this is their super short scratch race. This is 2 laps. And yes, I think they do have a 2 or 3 lap race at Nationals. So this is why we're doing it. We're trying to just kind of give them a little Nationals preview. All right, and they are racing, and they all need to ride straight lines. They need to ride straight lines, and they need to look where they're going. You need to ride straight lines and look where you're going. Look where you're going before you go. That would be really great. Alrighty. Lucy says, let's go fast. We have Ben and Gavin right in tow. I believe that's Owen, Shoria right there as well. And they know that Belle is coming fast. So here we go already. It's 1 to go. It's 1 to go. It's 1 to go. Ben is just sitting right there, Gavin's sitting there, keeping Ben in the box, letting everybody else catch back up. There we go. Keep it going, Eva. We got a nice little group there in the back. There's going to be a big sprint. There goes Gavin, opening up his sprint. Ben got out of the box somehow. I think he was a little sneaky back there. Okay, we're going to have a Gavin versus Ben head-to-head sprint. Let's start making some noise. There we go. This is going to be a good sprint here. Nice. With the bike throw. Here comes a sprint for third as well between Owen and Shoria. And Diego coming in. Great. Lucy, Nolan coming in. Let's keep the cheers going. Here comes some more big sprints. We have Ben, Royce, Evan, Thomas, Eva, and Cadence bringing it up at the back. Great work. Alrighty, I think we have our A's next. Technically, they should go up in order, but I think they're okay. It's only 11 of them. Exactly. JC is in this race, so he's going to get a Disney princess song. An international tempo. There's going to be a neutral lap and then 3 laps, then the bell rings. And then that's what we said. 3 laps and then the bell rings, and then there's 1 point to the leader every lap. I want someone to build this out. And they are letting it go here to start. Merrick deciding to maybe go a little faster in this one. So once again, this tempo, they have 3 laps where essentially they're still racing, but there's no points available. Then the bell is going to ring, and then there's 1 point to the leader every time. Your goal is to get as many points as possible. And then the points in this one, however they finish, I believe it's whoever wins gets 20 points to their international Omnium total. Second gets, I think, 18, 16, 14. I think it goes by twos, then after a while it goes by ones. So their goal is to do as best they can in this event, and then they get those overall points for their IO standings. It's a little confusing. It'll make sense in the points race. Essentially, they're going to come into the points race, and they are already going to have points to their name. And then they try to add to that bonus. It's kind of fun. All right. It looks like we have Merrick with a tag-along sprinter. Gavin saying, hey, where are you going? And then Lucy, are you ringing the bell this time? Great. Okay. I'm just keeping myself honest up here. Alrighty. And they're hearing the bell this time, which means next lap, 1 point to the leader is how that is going to work. So next lap, 1 point to the leader. And Merrick has decided that he's going to go a little bit. All right, decent little gap here for Merrick. He's looking like handily going to get this 1 point right here. There we go. So Merrick getting a point. And in this tempo, it is only the first rider that gets a point. We race a normal tempo that we call the JB tempo, where it's 2 people get points. This one is only 1. So right now, with Merrick getting all the points, this group in the back has rightfully just is chilling, because there is no point for them going hard right now if there's a 100-meter gap already. So Merrick is just in a nice little pursuit effort right now, picking up another point. And this group in the back is just going to pace line together, because at this point, the points are up the road. So they are sprinting. They'll be sprinting really hard the last lap, because that's where all the points are going to be. Or if Merrick laps them and gets 20 points, then they will be sprinting for the point. So there's a few potential outcomes here. This race isn't that long, and they're still going, so I don't know if Merrick's going to get the lap. But Merrick is just on a quest to pick up some points. Got another one, and this group in the back, like I said, they're just team time trialing it right now, working together, making sure he doesn't get too many points. But at the same time, they don't want to go super hard, because they know points are up the road, and they're just going to be sprinting each other at the very end of this race. I hope that makes sense. I see a couple head nods. That's good. Okay. Phew. Merrick picking up another point. I believe this brings him to 4. Is that 4 points? Great. 4 points for Merrick. And there are 9 total. So let's see if Merrick is really smart. I don't know if he will be. He is a teenage boy. I don't know how smart Merrick's going to be. All right, this is Merrick coming around, going to be picking up his 5th point. And the chase behind is on now, I would say. We have Ryder, Keegan, and Gavin putting a little bit of effort in here. Kai is right off the back, just trying to get right back up to them. And we have a bigger group back here working together. Alrighty. Merrick's coming around, probably going to get another point. So I believe putting Merrick's total at 6. David can try to get on the back of Merrick and just sit in the draft. There we go. So 6 points for Merrick. David should just sit right on there and get in that draft if he can. This group right here of 4, Kai is almost right there. I think he's made it. He's going to be trying to chase him down. Merrick is clearly sat up of the effort. He knows he has enough points to win the race at this point. So he's just not going very hard, just picking up point after point. Picking up another one, I believe that puts him at 7. And we have this group of 3, almost 4. Come on, Kai, you can do it. All right, they're coming around into the bell. Merrick has all of the points at the moment. So second, third, fourth are coming from this group of 3 by who places better on this sprint. So this matters a lot right now for their overall placings. So I believe Gavin took the win of the first race, so he's looking for more. This is Keegan leading out Gavin, leading out Ryder. This also matters for this group because nobody has points. They're all sprinting each other. JC, you got to finish the lap, though. All right, Merrick finishing strong. Gavin taking second place. Keegan third. Ryder fourth. And Kai 5th place in this one. Everybody else finishing. David finishing on this lap, a lap down. Great effort. And this is Tim leading out William in a sprint. Like I said, these minor positions will make a difference. So we're going to see them sprint all the way to the line. Nice and tight. Woo. Like I said, these juniors ride very close. We have Alex and Finn and then JC finishing up. Great work. All right, and we're going to bring up our women's field. Are we missing a few people? This is our women's field. Are we missing somebody? I thought we had 18. Are we missing someone? Madeline is not racing this. Okay. Madeline is number 224 for Neve. 224 apparently is a scratch. All right, they are rolling out. And this is a slightly different race for this group. This is another scratch race. So for our 15-16s at Nationals, they do a 4-race Omnium. That is not an international Omnium, so they do 2 scratch races, elimination of points. And so one of the scratch races is always a little bit shorter. So this is the slightly shorter of the scratch races. After this, we'll have our C and D groups with their slightly longer scratch races. All right, so we did have a scratch from this race. Hope Madeleine is all right. All right, and they are racing. And this is Maya saying, let's go. You got it, Maya. All right, we got Charlotte at the front. This is a very relaxed looking group right here. Once again, if you're just wandering in, this is the junior takeover. This is juniors only racing. Kind of a prep for our junior nationals, which is coming up in just 3 weeks. It is coming up very fast. So we will see the majority of these athletes back in 3 weeks. The Canadians sadly can't participate in U.S. nationals, but they can watch on YouTube and cheer us all on. They can also come down and just cheer us on. I'd happily take volunteers. Yes, if you're a local, our July is a bit crazy. Next week is Derby Days, which is our partnership with City of Redmond. We also have a parking nightmare next week because of Electrify Expo, so that'll be fun. I think we're parking in Sound Transit, if anyone's listening. Oh, there's a lot of people on the apron. That is not ideal in a race. Hopefully they're figuring themselves out. Let's get back on the track. And then after our Derby Days, then we go straight into the GP. And then like 4 days later is Nationals. There, we'll get back on. I don't know what happened there. Looks like we had a little pushing off, maybe getting someone pushed to the apron. We can all go back and rewatch the live stream later to figure out what happened. For athletes, only one person can be in that sprinter's lane at a time. So if someone squeezes you off the track, technically that is their fault, and they can be warned or relegated for an action. But sometimes it's hard to see. So only one person in the sprinter's lane at a time. Looks like Renna made it back up here. They just saw 4 to go. Oh, this group of 3 trying to bridge back. We have one of our newest track recruits, Stella, making a big move up and over the top. She took the track class like last month and is already out here crushing it. So good to see. And someone loaned her a disc wheel. How fancy. Stella making a big move. They responded though with 2 to go. We got a big old line out. Remember, only one person in the sprinter's lane at a time. You cannot share. I appreciate you trying, but there we go. Oh, regrouping right here, all down low. That's always tricky when you regroup down low. There's just not a lot of places to go. We have Tendo at the front. Slowing it down. They're coming into this bell. Let's see what happens here. Want to go, want to go, want to go. And this is Tegan up and over the top all the way from the Houston area. Making the big move up and over the top into 1 to go. Rue right on the wheel. Tendo right on their wheel. Absolutely glued to that wheel. Grace and Julia and Lou trying to respond as well. There we go, this group getting the bell as well. Here we go, coming around. This is going to be a really tight sprint between Rue and Tendo. Let's see what's going to happen here. All the way to the line. There we go, we're going to have Rue, Tendo, Grace, Lou, Julia, Tegan, Charlie, Charlotte, Renna, Sarah, and Helena in that big group. That was a great sprint finish. The huge move from Stella early. It was a risk, and it was a good risk. Sometimes you just got to do something in a race. I appreciate the effort. All right, sprinting all the way. Nice work. All the way to the line. And it looks like everyone has exited. So our next group, our junior Cs, are coming up to the rail. All right, this is our junior C's. Mostly our 13 to 15-year-olds. And we have people checking in from NorCal. Hello, California. And Lou is doing great. And Corey, my husband, is watching, critiquing my announcing, but also missing out on the Disney music because on the live stream, they get whatever random, boring songs we have to play. All right, so this is our group. They are doing, I believe, an 8-lap scratch race. We got a lot of scratch races to start here. All right, they are racing. Rocco at the front. Owen Chen from Triple Shot. We have Cody, Sparse, Javi. There's a large group there. Make sure they look where they're going. We're going to start this beautiful pace line here. All right, once again, this is our C group. This is kind of our 13, 14 with a couple 15-year-olds tossed in here. This group was a really good sprint last time. This is their slightly longer scratch race, 8 laps, 2 miles. And a friendly reminder to this group, only one person in the sprinter's lane at a time. You need to look before you move in the sprinter's lane. I would love if some officials could make some calls on these crowding the lanes. So for these riders, you need to check before you move into that sprinter's lane, all right? You got to look before you move into that sprinter's lane. You got to look before you move, too. All right, we got Clark back at the front. We got a big move up and over the top by Oliver, saying, let's go fast. I like that. Oliver with a big move. I believe that's Arden. Right on the wheel. Oliver, no, you got to look, buddy. Rocco right there as well. That was a huge move up on the top. That was a great move, keeping that rolling. Oh, and Clark says, let's do it again. These guys, you need to make sure you look before you're moving. There we go. Good looking. Good looking. With 2 to go. Look before you move into that lane. Thank you. And people in that sprinter's lane, feel free to yell at people. I do it all the time when I race. I'm kind of vocal. Alrighty. Oh. They slowed down. Ooh, that was odd. All right, slowing down right into the sprint. They're all back together. Here we go, want to go. Everyone's kind of looking at each other. No one wants to go quite yet. Rocco says, let's bring it up. That's Owen Chen squeezing through that gap. Noah Barton right there. We have Matthew Oliver up high, trying to bring the wave up and over the top. The juniors are just so small. They squeeze through those holes. All right, Rocco's still in the front. I believe that's Owen right on their wheel. Matthew right there as well. This is going to be a really tight sprint. Here we go. Woo, all the way to line. Looks like Rocco's going to hold this. Matthew, Owen, Oliver, and Cody are really close there for 4th and 5th place. Rocco, though, taking it the whole lap. That was a great move up and over the top. We still have quite a few riders still to finish. That was a big one-lap effort. It's almost like our one lap on, one lap off training drills are paying off. It's our favorite training drill that they all love. All right, here we go. I think we have Joshua finishing up and then Sparsh as well. Great work. That was a fast little scratch race. Great work. Here comes Thomas as well. Great work. All right, this is our Junior Ds, our younger group, our youngest group. We have 8 through 13-year-olds in this group. All right, this group is rolling off. Push off that rail. I believe in you. That is like the first test of our camp. You got to push off that rail. All right, this group is going to bunch up. Heads up, though. Don't go sprinting into the back of people. Those people in the front, you can go a little faster. And this is their slightly longer scratch race. This is their 6-lap scratch race. After this, we get into some elimination races. And then our points race block, where there's multiple sprints, addition. It's really hard math. And yes, if you're on YouTube on that live chat, thanks for joining us. We are happy that we can bring you juniors only racing. Like I said, this is a warm-up for our nationals. Alrighty, and they are racing, and this is 6 laps. This is a 1.5 miles for this group. And they definitely need to look before they move. Please do not overlap wheels, y'all. Gotta look before you move. All right, this is Nolan taking his lap pole. We got Cadence right behind, then Thomas, and then kind of a blob of riders. Nolan's taking longer than a lap. All right, like I said, there's only one person in the sprinters lane, though. Eva, you got to back out. There's only one person in the sprinters lane at a time. I know you guys are all super small, and there could be more than 2 of you in that sprinters lane, but not allowed. Like I said, one person in the sprinters lane, and then make sure you have room to go. So protect your own wheel. Seeing 3 to go. They're all just kind of looking at each other. Nolan is somehow still on the front. I feel like Nolan's going to be getting tired soon. This is a very large group of these young riders as well. Though at Nationals, I think our 13-14 group is almost to 20 riders. I think 11-12 is like 14 or 15. We got big fields coming in for Nationals, which is great. So I'm glad everyone gets experience right now. All right, coming around, seeing 2 to go. They're all kind of looking at each other. Who's going to go first? That is the question. All right, Nolan has now led 5 of the 6 laps. Nolan's a superstar right now. They're coming into their bell lap here. Want to go, want to go, want to go. They all need to look before they move. You got to look before you move. Woo, Nolan, straight line, buddy. Straight line, Nolan. All right, big move up and over the top by Ben, and Gavin's right in tow. Owen's right there as well. Lucy and Shoria. Okay, we got this big group of 3 at the front. Gavin leaving out. Ben's down low, though, starting to come back. Owen's right on the wheel as well, all the way. They got to ride nice straight lines all the way to the finish. Gavin, Ben, Owen, Shoria, Lucy. We have Diego and Nolan sprinting. Ben and Eva sprinting. Heads up, don't run into the back of people, please, though. Alrighty. Evan and Cadence bringing up the rear. All the way to the line. All right, then we're bringing up our elimination. Okay, in this elimination, their goal is to not be the last rider across the line. I will be announcing it from the stand. I will be doing my best listening to the officials. Alrighty, so this is our elimination. Like I said, once we get going here, your goal is to not be last place. So the whole group's got to be together, and they are not together. So Merrick, don't go too fast. The whole group's got to be together. And then I will be doing my best to listen to the officials and make the calls. Got it. Robin will be yelling as well. Alrighty. With the bell, that means next lap, the last rider is being pulled. So in this race, we aren't necessarily looking at the front. We're looking at that last wheel across the line. So we're looking at the back of the field. And right now we have Finn, David, William, and Alex hanging out at the back. So we're seeing, typically, are they going under? Are they going over? Where are they going? Or are they even aware? Sometimes they're just not even aware. So right now we have, it looks like William versus Alex. That's 3, 3, 1. That is Alex. Alex, you are pulled this time. Alex, so going to exit on the backstretch. There we go. He heard his number. All right, once again, we're looking at the back of the pack. We have William looking like he's playing the devil, trying to just pick one person off every time. That is a fun role to play. David realized he was stuck at the bottom. He went all the way around, and look at this big move up and over the top. It was a great move by David. Let's see what's going to happen here on the home straightaway. And that's 451, and that is Finn. Finn is the last rider this time. All right, we have David at the back again. William there as well. Tim, and then JC is just hanging out. We'll see if they're aware that the wave is coming up over the top here. Once again, we have David at the back. He's going to be looking to make that big move again. Let's see if he has got another effort in him. 453. That is David not quite making it all the way top. It was a good effort, but not quite. You can see the people at the bottom looking over being like, uh-oh. You get stuck down low, and it looks like a few of those riders immediately got out of their position. Looks like rider popped right out of the box down there. Ooh, it is tight down there in the lane. Okay, but looking at the back, we're also looking down low as the wave's coming over the top, so let's see what's going to happen here. Coming around. 452. That is Tim got stuck at the bottom. Tim. Oh, he's excited to go out, maybe? I don't know. Tim got stuck down low. All right, now we're all kind of bunched up. Merrick is still trying to hold the lane down low, kind of maintain his position. We got Gavin, Keegan, Kai right there. It looks like JC is going to call this one. Thank you, JC. An excellent elimination. Okay, but I don't know if you saw the front six. They were in like a wave across the line. So this next call is going to be tight. See who's going to make it. We have William and Ryder at the back as well as Kai. We're going to see who is going to be part of that big wave up and over the top. Alrighty. Ooh, all the way. 3 away. That was William trying to get over and did not happen. All right. Coming around, this is 5 wide. Oh, all right. Kai says not quite. That was a good effort. All right. Big move here with 4 riders left. This is going to be all 4 wide. We have Merrick down low. Oh, trying to make a big move. 316. Ryder barely missed out. Merrick went out to dig really deep there at the bottom. That was really close. So this is going to be our last rider eliminated, which means we're also getting the bell here. So we have Merrick on the front. Gavin boxing Keegan in. Keegan kind of trapped down there. Let's see if he's going to try to get out. Ooh, making potentially a little contact there. Going all the way to the line. This is going to be 3 wide. Ooh, and Merrick getting the wave over the top. All right. So Keegan versus Gavin. This is the last lap. They are looking at each other. When are they going to go? There they go. So Keegan leaving out Gavin. Oh, and it looks like Gavin has it. All right. Looks like Keegan was like, I'm tired. Sometimes the last sprint is harder than the final sprint. So Gavin with another win. Keegan and then Merrick getting that third place. All right, let's get our next field. Okay, this is another elimination. This is a bigger field, so this is going to be a longer elimination. So once again, they all need to be together, and then we're looking at the last rider every time. There we go. We got everyone all together. That's great. We are cleaning the track. Fantastic. Thank you, pal. It is kind of windy out here. Make sure you and your belongings stay on the outside of the track, please. All right, they are racing, and with the bell, that means next lap, we are eliminating the last rider. Next lap, we are eliminating the last rider. So we're going to be looking at the back of this field. And when in general, when we have this big of a field, riders in particular need to know that they need to go all the way around the top. Like squeezing through little non-existent holes is not the way to go. It is not safe, and it doesn't really work out that well. This is such a big field. As someone that started as an 11-year-old racing in the junior girls with me and one other rider my entire junior career, this is amazing how many girls are out here riding, and we love to see it. All right, it looks like we have Sophia, Avery jumping out this time. So Sophia coming out this time. Sophia is one of our 13, 14-year-olds in this field, so they're doing a great job. All right, once again, we're looking at the back of this field, and we have a big wave up and over the top that's happening right now. And this is such a big field that people are at the rail. It's kind of hilly at the rail. All right, I think this is maybe Lola or Madalena. We're looking at the back, looking for who we got. All right, we have Lola. Lola, you are eliminated this time. She was trying to go at the rail and was like, I think I'm okay. Okay, but we can kind of see as this is happening, we get more and more of a wave up and over the top. So you see riders right now, the ones that know what's happening, they realize that they need to move now on the backstretch. So you see, I think Charlotte went all the way, nearly all the way over the top. We see a couple riders going under. Typically not the right move to go under, but it could pay off. We'll see what happens here. But once again, looking at the back. .218, that is Stella getting caught down low. Stella, you are eliminated. Stella, you are eliminated. All right, they heard their name. Yeah, going down below is almost never the move. It was really close, too. It was very close between three riders. It is the last wheel. It is the rear wheel. The last part of the rear wheel is what we're looking at. And yes, you can go back and rewatch these, and sadly, we will not change the result. All right, here at the end, 2:04. That was Luna with the screaming pass. It did not pay off, but it was a solid attempt. Maya's doing a great job sticking in there. Yeah, going underneath is the hard way to go. It almost never pays off. And it is the worst to finish the elimination and be like, I'm not tired. Eliminations are a little brutal like that. The only way to truly control your own destiny is to be at the front, and that's hard. It is hard to be in the win that many times. All right, looks like we have someone off the back right now. Someone is off the back, so the pack is safe. It looks like we have Maya volunteering off the back. Looks like we got Maya here. Great elimination. All right, and our field was aware, so they did not sprint. I love it when fields are self-aware. That's very what? That's very rare. It is. Most of the time they're sprinting like crazy. We're teaching them right. Oh, Hazel's dropping off the back a little bit here. They're another one of our 13, 14-year-olds. So it looks like Hazel right now is dropping off the back. It looks like we have another volunteer here. So we have Hazel. Great racing, Hazel. A great elimination by one of our younger riders, 13-year-old. It's a little mean, a 13-year-old versus an 18-year-old, but they're getting stronger, getting ready for nationals. Julia, you're still in the race. I don't know what that was. I'm glad they reacted well. Looks like we're warning Julia for riding on the apron. I think she thought she was eliminated. Here we go. Another elimination from the field. Let's see who we got this time. 15, and that is Sarah. Looking around right at the last second, being like, oh no. Sarah getting caught out that time. This is a hard race for some to master. All right, big move up over the top. You see like people making the move now. That is the right call. I believe that was Lou going up and over the top. We still have that tail there. I believe that's Renna playing the devil. That is a common position for her. All right, spreading out all over the track. What's going to happen here? 2:03, Renna not quite able to play the devil. Okay, we have in the back group, we have Lou, Julia, Grace, and Charlie now. We have a new group at the back. People down low we're probably getting worried about now. We're going to see what happens here. Got some reshuffling. Ooh, this is going to be a good sprint here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Woo! 2-2-4. That's Madalena. Madalena, you got caught down low. Great elimination, though. That was a very great race. That was a little last minute there from Grace being like, oh, no, I got to go. But she found a hole up at the top, and that was a great move. Like I said, we are having another major reshuffling here. People that were safe are no longer safe, and I don't know if they're aware yet. It's kind of fun to guess. All right, looking at the back of this field, what are we going to see? (2-2-5). That's Helena. A great race for her as well. Do you believe that the first time she actually rode a track was yesterday? She's been riding a lot of fixed gear in Portland on their parking lot series, but they don't have a track anymore. So that is amazing. James is doing the good work down in Portland, getting all these Portland riders ready to go for track racing. All right, looking at the back again. Looks like we had Tegan that time looking around and saying, oh no. All right, we're down to our top 7 here. Ooh, and Lou says, yes, I will take the lane. Thank you. I said this is going to be, from here on out, we're going to have sprints every single lap, and we're going to be looking for the smallest of margins on these rear wheels. We have some people go underneath. We're going to see if this move pays off right here. $22. That's Charlie. She knew it too. Great race, Charlie. All the way here from Alberta. It's fantastic to have all of these out of country and state riders here. All right, down to our final 6. We have Lou and Rue at the front, and that is Grace and Tendo kind of right behind them, and then Charlotte and Julia kind of playing the devil. Let's see what's going to happen here. I need like a drum roll. Sprinting all the way to the line. 21. Grace getting caught out. Julia was able to make it all the way over the top. That was a great move up and over the top. Grace getting caught out. Great ride. Her mom joked with me that we might be distantly related. I don't know if that's true or not. Team Edwards over here. All right, top 5. That was a huge move by Julia. Let's see if she has another effort in her. Sometimes you make a big move like that and you're like, oof, that was the last one. But she's gearing up for another one. Let's see if she can make it all the way around this time. Choosing the under route. That is tricky. 211 is Julia. Great racing. Whew. Taking the warm up or the apron. All right, top 4. We have Rue, Lou, Tendo, and Charlotte. Once again, this is going to be a big old sprint, and there goes Tendo. Big move up and over. Choosing to go all the way over instead of just trying to box somebody in. Oh, and that was enough to dislodge Charlotte. So Charlotte is eliminated. Great elimination by Charlotte. Okay, so we got our top 3. We have Rue, Tendo, and Lou. This is going to be the last elimination. They're going to be getting the bell. Let's see what's happened here. They're being patient. Our track is huge. You can choose to be patient here. And this 3 up front. Let's make some noise here. This is going to be a good sprint. Oh, Lou, great job. All right, number 20 eliminated. Lou tried to make the big jump, shaking her head. So we have Rue versus Tendo. Is Tendo already sitting up? I think Tendo's just calling that one in. She's like, I made it to the top 2. I'm good. It looks like Rue is just going to roll this one in. Let's give him a round of applause. Great work. Sometimes just making it to the final is the effort. Great racing, Tendo. Whew. Alrighty. And we're looking for our C group. We got points racing now. I got to do some math. All right, so this is a 4x3. All right, this 4x3 points race. So 4 total sprints every third lap. That'll be signaled with the bell. So this is a by 3. So every third lap, there is going to be a sprint. Those sprints go 4 people deep. It's going to go 5 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. And your goal is to get as many points as possible. So in this type of points race, you can win the last lap and not win the race. Your goal is to get as many points as possible. And these juniors should be able to do the math, but I'll be trying to keep everyone else apprised of the points. So once again, every time you hear a bell, it is 5, 3, 2, and 1. If someone manages to lap the field, they would gain an instant 20 points. If someone would go down a lap, they go minus 20 points. So once again, it's a points game. Being able to sprint multiple times is key here. Remember, to this field, look before you move. There's a lot of you. Only one person in the sprinter's lane. And I think they're smart enough. They know they're coming into the bell. Yep. Here we go. Points next time. Points next time. We have Rocco at the front. Owen right behind. Cody there. Noah there. And we have a whole wave. Let's see what's going to happen here. So once again, 5, 3, 2, and 1. This lap. And no one's going quite fast. They're all looking at this. Is an odd sprint here. Oh, Rocco just says, let's go from the front. I love it. All right, coming around the corner, we have Rocco. Oh, it's going to be close here, though. We're going to have Rocco, Cody, Owen, and Matthew, unofficially by my eye. Rocco, Cody, Owen, and Matthew, totally unofficial. Alrighty, and they're kind of bunching back up. What happened to the music? There it goes. Yes, and eliminations are tough. It's hard to make the call sometimes. We're just going straight sandstorm. We're getting hyped. Okay. Arden's inspired by some classic techno. All right, this group is getting tired. Multiple sprints is hard. It is a long day as well. This is their last race, and we'll be doing their Omnium, a best of 3 races. Eric, if you're on the infield, it looks like our water is a little light as well. Looks like our water is running out, Eric. All right, coming into another bell. Someone was paying attention. We have Arden, Noah, Matthew, and Owen separated from the front here. This group of 3 working together as well. Sprint is happening down the back. We have Noah making a big move up and over the top. Arden right there as well. Owen trying to respond. Matthew, and here comes Oliver from that little back group all the way around. Let's see what's going to happen here. We're going to have Noah, Arden, Owen, and Oliver. Alrighty. Let's see if I can refresh my spreadsheet. If not, I'm doing the math by hand too. Neve, can you hit refresh on your end? Oh, wait, no, I see it. I am super confused though. Oh, points. Oh, okay. Can you sort the points placement so I can see all the... I'm paying attention to point, and Oliver is just saying, I don't care. I just want to get more points. Oliver's way off the front all of a sudden. Picking up the points. Great work. Coming into the next bell lap. Oliver just trying to pick up points after points. He knows where they are. Javi responding. Cody saying, I need to pay attention. Oliver still with a huge lead. Definitely going to be picking up these 5 points. And then we have the sprint from the field, and let's see if the field's going to try to chase. So Oliver picking up 5 points here. Javi trying to pick up his first points. And then we're going to have Owen with the 2 and Matthew with the 1. All right, Oliver's still out front, and he says, I'm just going to keep going. If Oliver stays out there and picks up that 10 points, that is an instant win for him. Right now, with my math, Owen and Oliver are tied with 6 points. Then we have Rocco and Noah with 5. Cody, Javi, and Arden with 3, and Matthew with 2. But Oliver right now taking the race into his own hands. If he stays out the front, he will win that handedly. Hey, I think my handwritten math is right. Oliver with a big lead, though. They're going to have to pay attention and ride over their lap riders. Just paying attention and riding up and over these riders. Okay, Oliver getting the bell. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Here comes the field getting the bell. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Oliver at this point has the race in the bag, so this is for second place. This sprint matters. And these riders are going to have their head up. They're going to be sprinting into the back of people, so these riders need to have their heads up. These riders need to pay attention and look where they're going. Looks like Thomas is getting out of the way. Sparsh, heads up. All right, Oliver with the win. Nice work. I'm looking back at the field here. You're going to have to go over this rider. Looks like Owen's going to take the 6. 4 for Arden and 2 for Maxon. But the story here is Oliver, with the huge breakaway, takes the second to last sprint and the last sprint getting the 10 points and securing this points race win. Great work, Oliver. All right, sprinting all the way. Let's make sure we can exit. Special reminder, especially for our junior riders, you need to keep your hands on your bars. That's a track-specific rule, especially in lower junior races. We keep our hands on the bars, which means, yay, you won, but keep your hands on your bars. No outward celebrations. When you're winning the 17-18s or a national event, might be a different story. Okay, so yeah, keep our hands on our bars. It's kind of windy. All right, this is another points race for our youngest group, and this is a really long race for some of them. It is a 3x3, so especially as those younger riders get tired, let's make sure we're being safe, riding nice straight lines. Make sure we're not riding into the back of people right now. This is like the first test, our neutral lap. Once again, this is a 3x3. That 4x3 for the older kids was great. We will be doing a Omnium podium at some point. This is actually going very fast. It's only 6:30. You juniors are speedy. All right, and they are racing. And like I said, this is a really long race for this group. 9 laps. That's some distance. And they are all over the track, looking before they move into that sprinter's lane. When in doubt, just talk with each other. You can just let people know, like, hey, I'm here. Thomas deciding to move to the front. All these juniors look the same. J. Brigger Jr.'s kit, red helmet. I feel your pain, parents. All right, we have Thomas on the front. We've got Nolan and Ben and Cadence and Eva and Gavin. Oh, and Royce, Lucy, Evan, Shoria, and Diego. A lovely group of our 12 and unders. We have juniors as young as 8 years old in this group. That may or may not be my daughter. I think we have some other 10-year-olds and a whole bunch of 11, 12-year-olds. And I believe all of these kids will be racing nationals. So it's great to see. All right, they're coming into their first bell lap. Points next time. Points next time. Make sure we're looking before we move, riders. Look before we move. There, look before we move, Nolan. All right, Ben with a big move up and over the top. Gab. Ben in the front. We have Gavin right on their wheel. Shoria and Owen coming around for this first set of points. Remember, points go 5, 3, 2, and 1. It looks like we have Gavin, Ben, Shoria, and Owen in that order. All right, that little group of 4 has separated themselves. We have some stragglers, and we have other people. People in the back. Hey, juniors, work together. Work together, people in the back. I feel like I lost a junior. Oh no, Diego's way up there in front. Nice work. All right, so we have this group of 4 and 2 dangling right off back. We have Lucy and Diego trying to make contact with this front group. You got it. You can do it. Then we have a larger group back here. It looks like of 7. We have Nolan, Eva, Ben, Thomas, Cadence, Royce, and Evan. Work together. Start doing your half lap or full lap pulls. You guys can do it. They're sitting up. Look at them. You can do it. Use it as motivation. That's what I tell myself when I'm off the back in the women's field. Is they're going slow. I can catch them. And then they sprint again. And I get devastated. This is a long race for some of these kids, and they're doing great. I said this is a long day as well. And they're coming into another bell right as Nolan catches back on. Great work. We got this group of 7 here. Look before you move, please. Look before you move. Eva's trying to catch up here at the last second. Thomas, Ben, Royce, Cadence, and Evan. Make sure you guys are working together. Sprints over in corner 2, though. They're slowly starting to speed up. Gavin leading this one out. Ben right on his wheel. We have Shoria and Owen. The same 4 are going to get points. Let's see if they're going to change it all, if it's going to be the same spread here. It looks like it is going... Ooh, that was nice and close. It looks like it's going to be the same exact spread of points. This group of 3 should work together and try to catch that 4 for sure. Yep, that group of 3 should work together, try to catch those 4. Thomas and Eva, work together, work together. You can do it. And this group of 4 right here, work together. There we go, work together, work together, work together. Come on, Cadence. Come on, Evan. Royce and Ben? Like I said, they all look the same, especially when they have the exact same helmet. Yay, sponsors. Okay, looks like we're going to have a group of 7 back at the front. We have Eva and Thomas hanging out in the middle of these two groups. There we go. If only our children listened to us and they actually did what we said when we said, attack, attack. Oh, but here's the true question. Will the group of 4 just look at each other and let that group of 3 go? I think everyone's just really tired as well. Okay, so that group of 7 is still there. We have a group of 2 working together. We have this group of 4. They're going to be approaching this last lap. They are all doing great. This is fantastic. Here we go. Want to go, want to go, want to go. And this is double points. Double points at the end. Lucy, starting from the down low, says, like, I'm not waiting for them. I'm just going to go. There, this group at the back is also sprinting for the placements. Lucy's going. Here comes Ben leading out Gavin. Let's see what this sprint's going to look like. Once again, this is for the 10 points. Nice straight line. It's going to be Gavin with a 10. Ben with a 6. Owen with a 4. Lucy with a 2. A great race. I believe that's going to put Ben into third place. Not Ben. Owen into third place. Ben got second. Gavin got first. Here comes the last sprint here for the end. With our youngest juniors. Nice sprint. I think we tried to bike throw our front wheel off the ground. Nice work, Evan. Nice work, Cadence. Is that our last one? All right. Our A group. I'll try to get your points so you know. I'll try to read you your points here. Let's see if they are up. Points start list. Okay, I will read your points off according to what I have. So Gavin has 44 points. Keegan has 41. Merrick has 39. Ryder has 37. Kai has 34. William 27. JC 26. Tim 25. Alex 22. David 19 and Finn 16. Still in it. You're never out of it. So the idea here is the points race, like we just saw, those points are additive to the points I just told you. So I will try to keep you apprised to how many your current points are, and we'll go from there. Go for it, Tim. All right, so once again, the points that they already have, Gavin's in the lead with 44, Keegan 41, Merrick 39. So that is just 5 points between the top 3 riders. Ryder with 37, so just a couple points behind. Kai with 34, William 27, JC 26, Tim 25, Alex 22, David 19, and Finn 16. So Gavin with 44, Keegan 41, Merrick 39. So just 5 points between the first 3. And of course there's different age groups in this as well, but they're all racing each other. But like as one as the dad said, you are still in this because you could take a lap and that's 20 points and that gets added to your total. So everyone is still in the game right now. If you take a lap, it's 20. If you lose a lap, it's minus 20. Literally everyone is looking at Merrick. Everyone thought Merrick was going to make his signature move and just attack from the front. Yes. All right, so like I said, they already have points coming into this race, so we get to add them to this. And I will say, like I said, people can gain the lap or lose the lap, and they are still in this race. We actually saw one year, not at our own nationals, but one year at nationals at LA, where one rider won the first 4 sprints, had 20 points, and then lost the lap and was starting over at 0. And it was the weirdest thing ever. But it worked. Oh my goodness. And he's gone. Wow. Yeah, everyone says, see you, Merrick. Quick, someone time him. What's his kilo time? He didn't write a kilo for me this morning. I want to know what his time is. All right, so Merrick almost immediately opening 125 meters. This group says, all right, let's roll. That is a huge gap. They were a little slow to respond, so Merrick is clearly going for this points race. Trying to make up his lost points here. Merrick just in his pursuit at the moment. And this is a 6x5 points race, so the sprints are every 5th lap. And the field once again says, I don't really want to chase him down. Got about a half lap at this point. Gavin says, though, come on. Let's at least roll it. All right, Merrick coming around and getting the bell. Points next lap. So Merrick looking to pick up the 5 points to try to close that deficit down significantly. All right, bell for the field. Merrick picking up the 5. Bringing his total to 44. Here comes a big sprint at the end. I believe this is Gavin versus Ryder versus Keegan. Gavin wants to maintain his lead by getting us 3 points. Keegan with the 2, Ryder with the 1. So that is our top 4 overall getting points this time. I should probably go to the correct spreadsheet. Merrick's too fast. All right, this is our group of 4 chasers. We have the... So from our officials, where's my pack right now? Is that the field? Okay, great. So Merrick is approaching the field right now. So we have essentially a group of 4, kind of as a breakaway. And then we have the field of 5. And then Merrick catching the field. I'm looking for a signal when he is... All right, I don't really understand Tim. So it looks like Merrick has taken the lap. That is 20 points for Merrick. The leaders are now these 4 in corner 2. So Keegan, Ryder, Gavin, and Kai are now the leaders on the track. So points the next time here will be going awarded to them. But Merrick just got 20 points. So Merrick is now in the lead with 64 points. Gavin has 47. Keegan has 43. Ryder has 38. Kai has 34. So points next lap to these riders right here. Points are being awarded right to that group. Merrick is towing up Alex with him. And this next group of 3 is trying to catch back on as well. All right, so we're looking in corner 2 for points. Once again, Merrick has 64, Gavin 47, Keegan 43, Ryder 38, and Kai 34. And that's kind of our top 5 right now. Looks like Kai making a move up around the outside. Kai coming all the way from Pennsylvania to get used to our track prior to Nationals. All right, here comes a big sprint all the way down. Let's see what's going to happen here. Looks like we have Gavin, Keegan, Kai, and Ryder unofficially. I'll wait for the official call on that 3rd, 4th place. It was pretty tight. Kai is going to be trying to sneak points away from Ryder this whole time to try to get positioning. And to me, it looks like Alex has a great wheel. Alex is absolutely glued to Merrick's wheel. Like a little stairs race. There we go. Great job, Alex. Stay on that wheel. Merrick's towing around again. Alex's laps, I believe they can work together at this point. I believe everyone in this group could all work together. So our leaders on the backstretch, our chasers are here on the home. Okay, let's see what our points are. Looks like we have Merrick with 64, Gavin with 52, Keegan with 46, Ryder with 39, Kai with 36. So once again, Merrick 64, Gavin 42, Keegan 46, Ryder 39, Kai 36. So Merrick has a 12-point lead, but there's still a lot of sprints to go. So Merrick has to pay attention to Gavin. Math is hard for me. Just 6 points separating Gavin and Keegan. 7 points separating Ryder and Keegan. And then just 3 points between Kai and Ryder. It's like that group of 5. We have Alex in that group as well. So this is our lead group right here. Merrick's still got to pay attention. Like I said, it's not too big of a lead. There's still a lot of sprints left. And of course, there's the race within the race. We have our 17, 18-year-olds, and we have our 15, 16-year-olds. Merrick was just saving up his energy to attack the field again. Into the bell up. Merrick wants more points. Looking back at our field, they're also getting the bell. The race for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th is in this group. Points matter here. Like I said, Keegan is marking Gavin, Ryder is marking Keegan, and Kai is marking Ryder. They all kind of know who's closest to them, and they're going to try to slowly chip away points every lap at their competitors. Big move up and over the top by Ryder. Great move while everyone is looking at each other. Ryder needs points. See what's going to happen here. Merrick picking up the 5. Looking at our actual sprint here. It looks like Ryder going against Keegan, going against Gavin. Ooh, that was a good photo finish, but I believe Gavin on the outside, Keegan, and then Ryder unofficially. Remember, I'm not official at all. Oh, but I was right. I got the thumbs up. Phew. This group of 3 is working together. This is good training. Hard racing back to back to back today. I can't talk anymore. I stopped. Let's start over. Hard racing back to back, day after day. This is truly a mini nationals to get everyone ready for that long 3.5-day block of nationals coming up quick. Great job, Alex. Stay right up there. Okay, so what's happening? Merrick's in corner 4 right now. He is leading. The next group on track is in corner 2, kind of staring at each other. Merrick's passing this group. Okay, I believe this group up here in corner 4 is considered the pack, so we're waiting for Merrick to catch the pack before he would get another lap. So Merrick coming up quick. Keegan leading the field. Kai on the apron. All right, so we're looking in corner 2. Merrick looking to make the catch here. Waiting on the official call. Is that up a lap? All right, end the bell. Up the lap, end the bell. He just rolled straight through. All right. Merrick with another lap, and he just rolled through. Make sure we're not losing things or people onto the track. Okay, so Merrick picking up more points. We're looking corner 2 for the sprint here for 3, 2, and 1. That happened so fast it was confusing. Okay, so Merrick getting another 5. Back at the field, we have Gavin and Keegan side by side. Ryder trying to come up and sneak out some points as well. We may actually have a no. Gavin, Keegan, and Ryder. It seems like it's the same order as their current placement in the race. I thought they were going to change it up, but they did not. Great job, David. This is a long race. If I were you, I'd pull up and try to sit on Merrick. Merrick is now looking for splits. All right, this group of 5 is our field. Merrick's coming around 3-4 as our leader. In terms of points, Merrick with 94, Gavin 58, Keegan 50, Ryder 41, and Kai 36. So Merrick 94, Gavin 58, Keegan 50, Ryder 41, Kai 36. After that, oh, this little group of 3 is still fighting. All right, all right. Merrick has lapped the field again. Did someone give him money every time he lapped the field? Is that why he's going so fast? $1 per lap. Is there a track record for how many times you lap the field? I don't think so. It's at least 3 or 4. We had like a 100-lap race one year where we had a Colombian that just kept lapping the field. Okay, so that group got the bell with the group of 3 catching at the bell, and Tim just sent it. Love it. He's looking for points. David's riding nice and high. Merrick says, I still want points. I don't know why. He has 114. I don't think he needs any more. So we have Merrick leading out the sprint. We're having Keegan. Ooh, I want that photo finish, whoever has that finish. That was really close. Between Merrick, Keegan, Kai, and then Gavin. I'll look for the points here. That was very close between our 2 Jerry Baker Juniors. Excellent bike throws. And then between Kai and Gavin as well. So I'll wait for those points, and I'll try to give an update here before the last sprint. So it looks like Keegan got that sprint in the bike throw versus Merrick. And then I missed who got 3rd. I think Gavin and then Kai. Okay, so our points heading into this final sprint. Merrick 117. Merrick 117. Gavin 60. Keegan 55, Ryder 41, Kai 37. So once again, 117 for Merrick, 60 for Gavin, 55 for Keegan, 41 for Ryder. So just 5 points separating Gavin and Keegan. That is our closest race at the moment. Actually, between Ryder and Kai, it is just 4 points. No, 3 points. Nope, I can't do math. It is 4 points. There's way too many numbers on my screen. Oh, and they were just letting Alex. Is this Alex? Are they just letting Alex go? I don't hear any cheering. Where's my Victoria people? And I wasn't going to telegraph it, but it was really, it was very obvious that Merrick was making another big move. So Merrick flying over Alex, and then our pack all back together, believe it or not. So Merrick leading into the lap, wanting to get the final 10 points. Alex trying to pick up some very valuable points right now. This is 6 points on the line. And Merrick, be a good example for the younger juniors. Be a good example, and let's keep those hands on the bars. So yay. Okay, hands on your bars, Merrick. Thank you. Thank you. Good example. Okay, to the sprint. Alex trying to pick up 6 points. This is going to be super duper close. Woo! Alex with a 6. Gavin with a 4. Keegan with the 2. For a race that completely blew up, it all came back together there at the end. That was great. Great job, David. That was a long race. All right, we're going to get our women's field. Oh, looks like we have a mass crossing, so don't get run over. We will do podiums at the end. Don't run away quite yet. Top 3 podiums. Hopefully Kelly's working those out. Great. And we have our women up here for their points race. This is not an Omnium, so we're not adding their points to points already. It's just going to be 5, 3, 2, and 1. And then 10, 6, 4, and 2. There is a 4-race Omnium that they're all scoring in. And once again, if you win, you get a point. You get second, you get 2 points. And your goal is to get the least amount of points possible. All right, we got another points race for our last race of this Mass Start Omnium Racing. And then we're going to do our podiums for our top 3. That was great racing by everyone. This is our standard points race. It's a 4x5. I should probably check that. A 4x5, so sprints every 5 laps. Points are going to go 5, 3, 2, and 1. Once again, your goal is to get as many points as possible. There's the potential that you could win the last lap, but not win the race. And we'll see if anyone in this field wants to try to take a lap. I'd be willing to put money on laps if someone wants to give me cash. I wasn't going to do it for Merrick, but if someone would like to say, I'll give X amount of dollars to take the lap, I would happily announce that.
All right, this field kind of just looking at each other. We have Rue and Grace up at the front, side by side. A few of our riders have realized that the bell is coming, and they've reshuffled. Here we go. Points next lap. That is Charlie making the big move underneath. Heads up, make sure we only have one person in the sprinter's lane at a time. Big move by Charlie. I think right about now, realizing that 400 meters is really long. And it's windy today. Charlie still leading, though. Really strong effort here. Rue coming around on her hip. So looks like we're going to have Rue, Tendo, Charlie, and Grace in that order. I am going to let the computer do its magic. All right, we got a rebunching. Lou tried to just roll right through. I don't know if you saw that, being like, I missed the points. I'm going to try to attack when they're all a little tired. But they responded super quick. So it was a really good thought. Let's see if Lou keeps trying that tactic. All right, this group is all coming back together. That was a great sprint. And once again, your points were Rue got the 5, Tendo the 3, Charlie 2, and Grace 1. So after our first sprint, we have the expected people with some points. We have Renna making a nice big move. Grace responding, Charlie responding, Stella trying to respond as well. Love to see a good animated field here. And then it looks like everyone was like, no, I'm good. Gonna wait this one out. Kind of a sitting up, and then Charlotte just sneaks right under that field, giving it a go herself. All right, Charlotte just dangling off the front. Let's make sure we're looking before we move. All right, we're going to be coming to this bell. Charlotte's just dangling off the front. I don't know if she's committed to this move yet, but let's see what happens here. Points next time. Points next time. There we go. Point. Oh, and Charlotte's just going to give it up. The coach inside of me is screaming right now. Okay, here we go. Grace leading this one out, but not quite engaged in this sprint yet. Let's see who's going to go first. Rue kind of stuck way underneath. Woof, what a box. All right, Tendo sneaking out over the top. Lou over the top. Rue having to re-accelerate. They were totally boxed in. The right move just to wait, but Rue is not going to be denied. Rue, Lou, Tendo, and Julia picking up the one unofficially. And I think Rue and Lou are saying, let's go. Keep it rolling. Yeah, I think Rue would not like to replicate that sprint again. If you're listening, go re-watch that sprint. Rue had to put on the brakes, riding straight into a box, readjusted, and then popped out. That was beautiful maneuvering. But right now we have Rue, Lou off the front, Julia and Tendo, and then our pack. Okay, looks like we still have our 2 leaders, and then our chase 2 has given up the chase. So we have the 2 leaders, and we have our pack at this point. So Luru. I don't know, I need a better name. They're just doing a lovely pace line together. Make sure you look before you move there. There's a lot of power in this field, though. I feel like if they get organized, there's still a chance. Right now, that pack is just looking at each other, letting our other riders catch back up. So it looks like Lola and Sophia are trying to catch back up. Renna as well, trying to fight. That group is just kind of looking at each other. Here on the home straight, this is Rue and Lou doing the good work, taking their poles. Those are 2 of our 17, 18-year-olds. This is a mixed field, so we'll be separating out the podiums for 15, 16s and 17, 18s based on the final results. This evening is counting as our regional championships for these riders. And we're being very generous with the term regional. Everyone is eligible for a medal. Okay, coming into the bell, Rue has dropped Lou. So Lou's just riding this, and Rue's going to pick up some more points. Well, again, the first 5 and 3 are up there, but here's the main pack. This is going to be our sprint. Points next time. It is just to the top 2 riders in this field because there's 2 riders way up the road. So we're looking at 2 and 1 points back in that pack. Rue's just rolling around, going to be getting the 5. Okay, let's go back to the pack. This is going to be a big old sprint down the back straight. Stella leading out down low. Tendo coming around the outside. Grace right on Tendo. Let's see if this is going to be a good sprint here. Stella's trying to react as well. Okay, so Tendo and Grace going to go head-to-head here for the 2 and the 1 points. Looks like Tendo with the 2, Grace with the 1, and then our pack coming in as well. So that is our pack. Corner 3 is where Rue is. They have that disc wheel. They're catching some lapped riders here. Hopefully they're communicating. A lot of times there's that solo rider. They're just going to be saying, stay down, stay down. And I can say, Hazel, come on. Oh, Rue is going to be going for this lap. Okay, Lou, I thought pulled up, and then we're like, come on. Lou, if you stay out here, I think you can get these, you know. So Rue is about a half lap up on the pack. Lou is over in the corner 1 and 2. And then our field. The group of 3 is currently being lapped, so they are not in contention for points. At least that is my understanding. Great, so Rue coming by, seeing 3 to go. Our next person on the track is Lou in corner 3-4 in that San Jose kit with the disc wheel. And then we have our pack in corner 3. Okay, the pack is seeing 3 to go. And if Rue catches on the last lap, my brain is going to explode and I'll just stop announcing because I don't know how to score that. I'll need the officials' help if this lap comes. Oh, this is... They're going to maybe do it early for me. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Did Rue just see 2 to go? Just saw 2. Oof! Oh, my goodness. I'm jumping up and down here. So Lou right now is second on the track, just finishing this. I can't talk. 2 to go for Lou. The field is seeing 2 to go. Rue is seeing 1 to go. Rue is seeing 1 to go. I think the field still hasn't seen the bell. I don't know. They're all sprinting at this point. Our lap 3 rider is going nice and high. Rue is sprinting through this field, but Lou is getting the bell. Is the field getting the bell? Okay, the field is getting the bell. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. The field is still getting the bell. 1 to go for the field still. 1 to go for the field still. Because Rue caught on the last lap. You guys get your own sprint. It's always confusing when someone catches on the last lap. Still sprint. So confusing when someone sprint catches on the last lap. So right now Lou is coming around, going to be picking up the 6 points. I actually don't know if this is right. We're going to wait for them to decipher this. Then we have Tendo. Then we have Grace, Charlotte, and then everybody else. I'm going to leave this one in the officials' hands for figuring that out. Lapping on the last lap. Let's give a hand for Rue, though. They rode an amazing race. Rue coming by right now. Great job, Rue. An amazing race, especially after a mechanical in the first one. What a way to put an exclamation mark on today. The officials are going to get together and talk about that. We're going to do some podiums right now. All right, I believe we're going to look for the C's and D's podium. I'm coming down right now. All right, we're going to start with Kelly, our D's. Or C's? I'm right here. Which one are we starting with? Okay, let's do C's. Hello. You guys turn this off? Hello. Did you guys turn this off? Not on. Hello, hello, hello. My light is green. Hello, hello. Aha, so someone turned it off on me. Okay, our C podium. This is just point case. Oh, you're doing the Omnium. That's the Omnium. All right, so it looks like our Omnium is Oliver, Owen, and Cody in that order. Okay. Oliver, Owen, and Cody in that order. Eric's got our medals. Cody, are you here? He's running over. Great work. That was a great Junior C racing. All right, our D, Gavin, Ben, and Owen. Let's get you up there. All right, then we probably can do our Junior A's because theirs is just based off their IO results. Merrick, Gavin, Keegan. Is that the right order? Oh, but we're going to separate out 15-16s. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm just trying to figure out how old people are. I know how old Merrick and Gavin are. Who's my other 17, 18-year-olds in that field? All right, for our 17, 18s, we're going to separate it out. We have Merrick, Gavin, and Alex. You're 17, right? Alex. Is Alex here? Are you 17? Alex, are you 17? Yeah? Is he stealing a jersey? He's getting a jersey. Give him a minute. For our 15, 16-year-olds, we have Keegan, Ryder, and Kai, if the three of you can be ready. So Kai, come on over. Kai, come back over. Kai, are you getting a jersey? Great, you are. I need the podium photo too. All right, so for our 15, 16, we have Keegan, Ryder, and Kai. All right, and then we're going to wait for our junior Bs. Just give us a second. Alrighty, so we're going to start with 17, 18-year-olds. So we have Tendo, Lou, and Rue as our top three. And then we'll do our 15, 16-year-olds. Tendo, you're on top. Get on top. Lou and Rue. Lou, you're second.
Am I second or third?
Second. Because Rue flatted and didn't. It was a weird.
All right, then for our 15-16 separated out, we have
Grace, Charlotte, Tegan.
Grace, Charlotte, and Tegan. Grace, Charlotte, and Tegan. All right, and that is the end of our Saturday program. Woo! Okay, so everybody, you need to be back here ready to ride at 11 tomorrow. We'll start our warm-up. We will talk about 200-meter lines. Then you're going to do your flying 200. The goal is that you're going to be in a group of 8 similarly timed, speeded, I don't know, riders, and you're going to do a match sprint tournament within that group. So there's going to be a lot of racing, a lot of sitting in the sun. Bring snacks. I am not providing food tomorrow. Aw.